Violence is a natural byproduct of being a young man of color in Chicago. It's almost a birthright in some neighborhoods where gangs and gun violence go hand in hand in the maturation of a young man. That's why in the summer of 2017, Project Osmosis and After School Matters decided to teach an all-boys program at Block 37 and Gallery 37 to show the world in Chicago that young men have the power to create peace in their communities through design thinking. The power to become artists with brands that can make an impact on the world. The power to become the voices that speak out against violence in their communities. The power to become design explorers.
This was a unique experience for us. This was the first program that we had that was exclusively intended for all males. And we had to speak from a standpoint of being respected as men of color ourselves. So to me, it was like speaking to my own tribe, to brothers in arms, but these are young men up and coming. So I'm speaking to them from a standpoint of being a mentor, but also being a fellow brother who's experienced, racism, who's experienced being overlooked because of, my skin color.
To have young men interact with experienced older men, we could have conversations about things that they were dealing with, not just in terms of the class, but just life stuff. I saw these young men transform over these 7 weeks that we spent with them. They actually came in one way with one set of ideas, but by the end of the program, they not only saw themselves differently, but they saw each other differently. It's one thing when it's an individual kind of a journey, but the journey to manhood really is a group pursuit.
To mentor young black men is part of my mission statement as an artist. I was able to share with them my life experiences, which is very, very, to tell them, that I came from this place and now I'm here, and now I'm sharing with them my experiences. I think that's the most important thing we can do. I believe that it's our duty in these times to nurture and educate young men, particularly give them, what we have as far as our expert skills and our life lessons.
So Design Explorers is giving students the opportunity to learn about all the fields of design, giving them the chance to maybe within that learning curve see for themselves what really interests them, what they can become passionate about creatively, and then giving them an opportunity to practice that skill.
The classes I taught was about being a cement mason. My main focus was to get them to see that they can help build a city and be a part of the design world through the trades. A lot of young men don't know about being a cement mason or any of the trades that are available to them.
Through Design Explorers, what I did, I taught personal branding. And what I did in my program is we looked at every design industry and pioneers in those design industries and current professionals today who have done great things. So we were able to give the boys a window to look through in regards to how a brand is built personally from the ground all the way up.
When we did the class, we learned about self-branding, how to push our brands, and then we got to design logos for our brands. So after the class ended, I went through with my brand, so I've applied for my EIN number. I have this event called Teens in the Park coming up where we're gonna be in Millennium Park and I'm gonna have a booth set up and I'm gonna be able to sell stuff. So I've basically just gone through and started trying to make my own clothing line. Self-confidence is one of the things that the black community lacks. So Humbly Arrogant is basically promoting self-confidence and self-worth. Thinking everything through, that's the grace part of it, but at the same time, it's the arrogance to know that whatever you do, that you're gonna succeed in it, whether somebody thinks your ideas are good or not.
So when I came into the Wednesdays with Mr. Henry, personal branding, someone who knows what to do, when they taught me how to use Adobe Illustrator, and they taught me how to use the different fonts, and it was interesting because I figured out how I would like my shirts to really look. I want to break stereotypes. No matter what you do, the stereotype is going to follow you. So my clothing, I want to say you can do as much as you want. As long as you put your mind to something, as long as you work at it, as long as you go at it, you're indefinitely extensive. You have no limit. Personal branding helped me really figure out what a measurable can really be and how I can really get it out. It's amazing how a 6-week program brought out what I would want to do for the rest of my life.
What I learned was that brands is just more than fashion. It has to be a meaning to it. And my meaning was like to put the guns down because like Chicago worldwide is very violent, and like I wanted to stop that, and I wanted to implement it like during fashion wear.
Visually, their brands and their pieces were to create conversation and dialogue. They were exploring design, but they were exploring themselves creatively and how they can make contributions.
My name is Savion, and my brand is called Savion's Fashion.
My name is Sebastian Compayan. My brand is DJ Barras Design.
My name is Alamon Sloan, and I created the brand called Stein by 7.
My name is Isaiah L. Winchester. My brand is 5 Star Clothing.
My name is Christopher Griffin.
My brand is Swaggy G.
It's about being motivational, helping each other out, and removing yourself from the negativity. It's basically about the power of positivity. It's not about the power of negativity.
My brand is called Afflicted by the Culture. If you're doing anything that's progressive towards society and people of color, anybody that's been in a situation where they felt like they was the oppressor, anything, just if you felt like you underneath somebody or something, and you trying to overcome a certain situation, or you just trying to be inspired, you just trying to create, you just trying to do anything that's in the realm of positivity, I'm supporting it.
The reason why it's called Adam because everybody got to start from a place and make it big one day. Like, I know I want my stuff to be on the top shelf. I want Drake to wear my stuff, Playboy Cardi. So I work real hard. Everybody got good brands in here, but I feel like we can all succeed because with an atom, you start from one thing and get bigger.
Now my brand, Open Man, it allows people to express themselves in different ways, in different shapes and forms. They can write poems, they can draw, they can do anything to keep themselves open-minded and looking forward to their dreams.
My brand is called Royalty, and it's targeted for the young Black African Americans or Hispanic, minorities. And really, I use colors of like the African flag to as influences in my design. To show that really the minorities aren't really minorities, we really royalty, you know what I'm saying?
We gave the boys an overall perspective of how you can be a successful designer in any industry and how you can build a personal brand that can be like rocket you into the stratosphere of design. One of the major challenges we had at After School Matters, especially young men, was getting them to understand there's other ways to resolve things instead of violence. There's other solutions that you can design to create the peace you want in your community.
What they created was a great representation of really a grander thinking on how to solve violence. And it was from brother to brother, which is why it's called Brothers Gonna Work It Out.
The biggest thing I got out of this program is being a part of like the mural because it's a really like big thing. It was an all boys group. And we all come from different areas, and we got different ways of growing up, and then we just all put our heads together and just came up with the mural. And that's like real deep because we all got different ways of seeing stuff.
It was just a very good team builder exercise for me because I don't have a lot of patience with people. And I'm like one of those people that like to move alone, and so I'd rather get something done myself than have to ask people for help about it. And so with this, I couldn't do that because we had to collectively design something.
We left them with the understanding that you can make anything big, you can make anything small, but no matter what your contribution is, you can make an impact in the community.
When you see this 24 by 8 foot piece of canvas that has all of the different pieces from all of the different young men actually live for the first time, it was just awe-inspiring.
Design Explorers, a Project Osmosis design education initiative.